Hi, I'm David Lane from GoodChoice IT. Today I want to talk about phone systems. So traditionally you've had a big box on the wall called a PBX, a private branch exchange, and all your phones would come off that in your office. But nowadays we've got VoIP technology, voice over IP, which is great, but people are very concerned that it's unreliable and that the call quality isn't good enough. And that was certainly the case a few years ago, but now with fast broadband, we find it's a really great service. It saves people time and money, and it's much more flexible. Obviously, if your internet doesn't work, then your phones won't work either, but there's ways around that. We can make it so it rings your landline or your mobiles. And for organisations that are fragmented in multiple locations, maybe people working from home, this is a fantastic solution, because you can keep your number that you've got at the moment. We can make it so when you ring that number, it rings all the phones in different locations. You can see if people are on the phone already, so you don't need to transfer calls to them, and we can route the calls in numerous flexible ways. There's a million different ways of doing it. But to keep it simple, we usually set it up to start with, so all the phones ring all at once, and then you can just grab the call. And because you can see who it is that's ringing, you can decide if that's a call that you can usefully answer. What we find that's really interesting, by putting in these better phone systems in place, it cuts the amount of time that you're spending on the phone managing phone calls. You spend less time transferring calls, and because you know who's ringing, you're able to use that information to route the call more effectively. In terms of setting this thing up, it's very simple. We set it all up for you, and we can either come and set the phones up on your desk, or literally you just plug them in, they turn on and they just start working, because it's all pre-configured and it's all configured over the cloud. There's nothing to worry about in terms of having weird, different phone numbers that you've got to learn. You can keep the numbers you've got already. We can just transfer them onto the system. If you'd like to know more, please feel free to get in touch with GoodChoice IT. Thank you.